This is the How to Beach channel, and today we've got a brand new tent to test out and see how it does. This is the Wekapo tent, and it's one of these ones that has 4 posts that we've set up. So its specialty is that it's supposed to do well in the wind. This is also my brand new microphone. I just got the new DJI microphones, so they're also supposed to be good in the wind. So hopefully this is the perfect day to test this. It's quite windy out here on the beach today. There's a girl you can see over here with an umbrella, and she's struggling a little bit. It's starting to cripple up on one side. But we are gonna put this baby up together and try it out. This is the first time I'm gonna put this up. So you kind of get to see the learning curve as I learn how to put this up. I read the directions and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so what this baby comes with, we've got 2 bags of poles. There's 2 poles in each bag, and it has the directions of how to set everything up here on the bags. It comes with a handy dandy shovel, which is nice because one of the things that makes this tent so good in the wind is it has extra big bags on the end of each of the 4 corners to fill up with sand. So they give you this shovel to make it easier to fill them up. And you get the tent, and that's it. So let me make sure there's nothing else in here. Oh, you also get some stakes so that if you're not on the beach, you can stake each end of the tent out if you want to put it up in the grass in a park at a concert, something like that. And that is everything. This does have an extra little bag here, which is nice. I actually put some of my camera gear in here when we were coming down. And it has a shoulder strap, as you saw how I was wearing it when we first got here. So I'm gonna put this out of the way, and we're gonna spread this baby out, and we'll set it up and see how this goes. As I'm setting up this tent that you see above me, I'm gonna break in here and tell you, don't forget to like the channel if you're liking seeing these gear reviews so that you can see the product before you buy the product and see what my thoughts are and how everything sets up. So we do a lot of gear reviews on this channel. We do beach chairs, beach tents, beach coolers, everything to do with the beach. We also take you to exotic places. We've been to Puerto Rico a bunch of times. We've gone to beaches in Spain. We've gone to beaches in Mexico. So if you like all those things, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. One thing with this tent, one of the things that I read was with some of the other tents that work the same way, you fill up the bags first. And this one says to attach the poles first. So I'm gonna just get it into position here. Then we will put the poles together. So these poles work a little bit different. Okay, all 4 poles done. Okay, so the directions say to attach each of the 4 corners of the tent to the fabric with these bungees. We're going to do that first. Okay, now it says to fill up all 4 corners and stretch them out tight. Okay. Must be it. How does this, I'm a little confused how this turns into a bag. There's supposed to be guess you just pull on it. So while I'm putting the tent up, I'll break in here and I'll mention that they did send me this tent for free. So I didn't pay for this tent, but these are my honest review of this product. Most of the things I review on this channel, I do get sent by companies asking me to talk about their products. And several times they have sent me the products and then asked where my video is, because I never made the video because I didn't like the product. So if I don't like the product, it doesn't end up on the channel. So I just want to put that in here as a disclaimer. Okay, these extra big bags are supposed to hold extra sand, which is supposed to make it be better in the wind. So there's one. There's two. There's three. And there's four. So, I'm 6 feet tall. This is the 8-foot by 8-foot size tent, so it's not their biggest tent by any means. They do have one that's taller and bigger than this. So, I took a little bit of extra time to fill those things up with sand, but it was my first time, so I didn't really know what I was doing. But that was pretty easy. Okay, there it is all set up. So I'm 6 feet tall. I've got plenty of room underneath here without hitting my head or without it flopping on me. And you can see how much shade it provides. It's a little bit late in the day, so the sun is down a little bit more. So the sun's obviously coming this way. And you can see there's plenty of room for the chairs for the two of us, for our cooler, for a little table. And as you can see, it's also pretty windy. I had to put some stuff on the chair so they didn't blow over, but it's holding pretty well. And one thing about this tent, there's no noise from this flapping in the wind. And they say that it's specifically designed with these bowed corners to withstand even higher wind than this. If you turn around and show that shibui over there, you can see how much flapping that is. And I'm gonna do a comparison between this tent and a couple of other tents. And I'll do a sound reading so you can see how much sound that is. For me, that flapping in the wind isn't really annoying. It kind of reminds me of being on a sailboat when I was in St. Thomas, but I'm sure for some people it could be annoying. So if that's the case for you, then this would be a good alternative. Okay, so first impressions of the Wekapo tent here is the setup was easy. It wasn't difficult at all. I did it by myself. It took a little bit longer than some of the other tents that I have, mainly because it has the 4 poles and the 4 sandbags to fill up. And the sandbags are bigger, but they're bigger by design so that it can withstand higher winds. So if you live somewhere windy, it's probably worth the extra little bit of time that it takes to set this up. You can do it by yourself. It's got a shoulder strap. It's easy to carry down here. It's not the smallest compactable tent that I have, but like I say, different tents serve different purposes. So for high wind days, this is definitely the baby you want to go to. Okay, so final thoughts on the Wekapo tent is I am a fan of it. It makes zero noise, so it really doesn't make any noise. It's made out of spandex, which some of the similar tents to this are made out of more of a nylon material, I believe. So this is more of a spandex material. So we'll see how it holds up, but I'm really liking it. It went up pretty easy, and I definitely see a place for this in my tent arsenal. It's got a great price point. So it's one of the less expensive tents. So if you don't go to the beach all the time, you just want a tent to use occasionally, this would be a great tent. Or if you want a tent just for windy days, this would be a great tent. If you live in a place where it's windy all the time, this would be a great tent. So overall, I give it a thumbs up. If you like this video and you want to see another tent video, go watch this video over here. And remember, this is how to beach.